Hey guys, and welcome. Whoa, did I start that too quickly? Oh well. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am doing a book review. So this is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, and I know a lot of people have read this and it's like a classic. But I read it in class, and I wanted to do a book review because I personally loved the book. Honestly, this is maybe one of my favorite books I've read so far. It was just so real, and even though it's fiction, it probably happened in the 60s. Or the 30s, my bad. So this book was written in the 30s, well, set in the 30s, but written and published in 1960. So I'm going to tell you like a summary without spoiling it, hopefully. So this book, it talks about, it's very real, like realistic fiction. It talks about things that happened in the 60s. So if you don't like racial things, they use the N-word. In the first couple chapters, they cuss a little bit. So if you don't like books that are kind of like southern kind of mentality books, then this may not be the book for you, but I'm just going to give you a brief overview. So, because I don't feel like the back or there's really any like blurb that tells you about it, but it's about a girl named Scout. I don't know if this is supposed to be Scout. So I can't tell you main characters because it changes throughout the book, but this is in the narration of Scout Finch. So this is about the Finch family. So there's Jem Finch, Scout Finch, and Atticus Finch, which is her father, but she calls him Atticus. And technically her father is a lawyer, and throughout the book he goes on trial for a black man convicted of rape by a family. So he was convicted of rape, and I'm not going to tell you what happens. So they get a bunch of drama about being called for like rape, and I have a tab because this is my favorite part, but they get a lot of, and not a lot of white people would take on this case because he was defending a black man. So that's why I kind of like this book, because it's real and it can still be put into today's context. Like this stuff I wouldn't say still happens per se, but in scenarios you change the names or the racial places, it still happens. So yeah, that's what it's about. I think this book's over about 3 years, maybe 3 years. So I'm gonna read you an excerpt, which is like my favorite part of the book. So if you want to hear a little bit of it, here you go. Jim, I asked, what's a mixed child? Half white, half colored. You've seen him, Scout. You know that red, kinky-headed one that delivers from the drugstore? He's half white. They're real sad. Sad? How come? They don't belong anywhere. Colored folks won't have them because they're half white, and white folks won't have them because they're half colored. So they're just in between. They don't belong anywhere. But Mr. Dolphus now, they say he's shipping 2 of them up north. They don't mind them up north. Yonder one of them. Yeah, it uses words like that. So it talks about racial things. It uses the N-word throughout the whole book. So that's why it's a young adult book. But I really liked this book. I liked how it panned out. Well, if you've read the book, you know why I'm saying I don't really like. I don't know how to phrase this, but I like the book. There we go. I like the book. I don't know if I like how it panned out. Like, I like how it panned out, but if you like read the story and get into the story, it's really like, oh my gosh, and then you're like, oh my gosh. There are 31 chapters, and this book's roughly 375 pages depending on how like it prints out. Mine is pretty small and dense. I really, really liked this book. Now, I was thinking it was just a read that we had to do at school, and I'm just like, ugh, another read, at the end of the year, gosh, why would we do this? But if you give it the time of day and really get into it, you will fall in love with the characters. Like, I read 6 chapters straight, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like I was on the edge of my seat. Like, this is definitely a binge-worthy book. I rate it out of 10. I don't know, I don't really have a rating system because I don't do that many book reviews, but like if you like book reviews. I would rate it like an 8 out of 10. I'm pretty lenient in grading. Probably 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, I'm confident with that. I would say it's okay. Some of the words are Southern slang words, so I was like, what are these? Like, I don't even know, and I lived in the South for like 10 years of my life. Like, I didn't even know, and I'm just like, I don't know these words. Yeah, some of them are like Southern slang, Southern mentality. This book is very set in its time period. It was the 1930s. There was still segregation. There was a heavy prejudice against black people, and you see that throughout the whole book as they use the N-word and Negro and all that jazz. So it's probably not appropriate for kids. I'd say like it's a good 13 plus book. I don't think a 12-year-old could read it, but it's just something you don't appreciate until you're older and more mature, I don't think. So I really liked this book, and I hope you read it too. So thanks for watching this week's video. And like if you want me to do more book reviews, because the last one I did was Shifted, and it will be linked up here somewhere. And I hope to see you next time I post a video, which will probably be Sunday. Goodbye!